Minami Lane is the latest entry in the ever-growing cozy gaming market. The premise of the game is super simple. The game begins with a tanuki named Emma giving you the task of making Minami Lane an incredible place to live. You make it incredible by filling it up with special buildings and stores, while also trying to make it as beautiful as possible. But before we get into the buildings and the various things you can create in the game, you need to have villagers first. So in Minami Lane, it breaks it down real easy. There's only two demographics you have to worry about. There's one young villager section, and then the other are the older villagers. This is important to note because both demographics have their own preferences for goods and foods, and also have different preferences for price ranges, with young people liking things that are cheap and affordable, and then the older people liking things that are more expensive and more trustworthy. This creates a scenario where you're constantly tinkering with the goods and services inside of your store to find out which each demographic likes. For example, the younger villagers might want their ramen to have more noodles with more pork, whereas the older people might prefer shrimp with less noodles. To find out what people like, you need to check in with them after they leave a store to see their reaction. Then the next day, you just use this information to adjust their business accordingly. This is essentially the entire game's main gameplay loop. You start a business, respond to the customer's criticism, and then adjust for your target demographics preferences the next day. One of the main drawbacks is that you can't satisfy both demographics with a single store, which is a cool feature that I do like, but the problem is that the other group becomes so unsatisfied that you often just remake the exact same business for the other side. Like you can see in this clip, I have 2 ramen shops, 2 boba tea stores, 2 karaoke bars, and I did that just because one side is always unsatisfied at the end, and the whole point of the game is keeping your village satisfied. So then you just have to remake the exact same store to make sure you cover both your bases. Now, there isn't too much there in the realm of customization, but you are able to name the businesses as well as change the roof type and colors of most of the buildings, which is a nice little touch. But building stores and making money isn't the only thing to do. Making your street beautiful is also extremely important, as this directly correlates to villager satisfaction. You can do this in a number of different ways. You can build parks, onsens, or you can even upgrade existing buildings. The game spans across 5 missions and does a pretty good job of drip fitting you new buildings and features as the game progresses. But this is also one of the game's main drawbacks. Those 5 missions can be completed in less than 4 hours. You can play a sandbox mode after these missions are completed, but I felt as though I had pretty much done everything that there was to do by the end of the campaign. But that's not to say there isn't a lot to love during these couple hours. The game does a great job of keeping you engaged by having a large amount of clickable interactables during each day. A hidden tanuki is found in every single level. There's litter on the ground that you can click to pick up. Bike riders can be clicked on for extra money, and these cute little pettable cats will come to your town when your beauty levels are high enough. These aren't like the most amazing features to be found in any game, but they do give you something to do that is outside of the core gameplay loop. I really do love the game's overall presentation. I personally am a complete sucker for isometric games, so the layout of the game is perfect for me. The villagers are drawn in this sort of nostalgic chibi style that fits the atmosphere really well. The pastel colors fit the Japanese theme perfectly, and they really do remind you of those springtime cherry blossoms. The music doesn't have a ton of variety, but what is there sounds great. And then the sounds in the game are so vibrant, it makes the world seem so alive. I really like the bicycle bells ringing, the cats meowing, all of it together just sounds so crisp. And now to answer the question we are all here for. Would I recommend this game or not? And to that I would say, yeah. If you have $5 and are looking for an afternoon of chill gaming vibes, I think this is the perfect game for it. This game has a really great foundation, and I would really like to see the developers come back to this one day and add some more content, as it is a little light. But for $5, yeah, I'd say give this game a try. I give Minami Lane a 68 out of 100. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe for more gaming reviews, both big and small. Thank you for watching.